Right now, this second, the Earth is spinning. At the equator, the surface beneath your feet is moving at just over 1,000 miles per hour. Everything moves together, so your body has no way of knowing. But what if it stopped? Now. Full stop. And it starts in the first second. Here's the thing about the atmosphere. It's not bolted to the ground. Right now, the air is moving east at the same speed as the surface beneath it. You now have a wind moving across every surface on the planet at over 1,000 miles per hour. The strongest tornado ever recorded hit 302. This wind is Mach 1.3. It is supersonic. Every building, every tree, every loose object on the surface of the Earth scoured away. The topsoil goes. Forests are flattened. Cities aren't destroyed the way you'd imagine in a disaster movie. They're sandblasted. Everything that isn't anchored to bedrock becomes airborne debris, moving at the speed of sound. The wind is strongest at the equator and weakest at the poles. If you're standing in northern Canada or Antarctica, you might survive the initial blast. Everywhere else, and that includes every major city on Earth, is gone in under a minute. But the wind is just the first thing that happens. The oceans are also moving at 1,000 miles per hour. When the ground stops, the water doesn't. A wave, not a tsunami in the traditional sense, but a global surge, continues east at hundreds of miles per hour, slamming into every coastline it meets. And then there's the ground itself. Earth's crust is not a single rigid shell. It's plates, floating on semi-liquid rock. Those plates have been riding the spin for billions of years. When that motion stops, the mantle beneath them doesn't stop at the same rate. The result? Earthquakes. Not on any scale you're used to. Every fault line on the planet ruptures simultaneously. And we haven't even talked about the sun yet. Before this happened, the Earth completed one full rotation every 24 hours. Now, one day lasts an entire year. 6 months of uninterrupted sunlight on one side, 6 months of total darkness on the other. The sunlit side heats without relief. Deserts that currently peak at 55 degrees would climb past 100. The ground itself would start to bake and crack. Meanwhile, the dark side plunges well below -100. A single planet-spanning storm system forms along the terminator, the line between day and night. Winds that make hurricanes look gentle, running in a permanent loop. There is no weather anymore. There's just the weather. Now something slower and stranger begins to happen. Something that completely redraws the map. Right now, the Earth is not a perfect sphere. It's an oblate spheroid, slightly wider at the equator than from pole to pole. The difference is about 43 kilometers. The oceans pile up around the middle. The sea level at the equator is actually higher than at the poles. When the spin stops, that centrifugal force disappears, and the water starts to move. Over weeks and months, the oceans migrate toward the poles. Not violently. This is gravity doing patient, relentless work. The water settles into the lowest points on a non-spinning Earth. And those points are the poles. The result is a new world map. Two enormous polar oceans, each thousands of meters deep. And between them, a single massive equatorial continent. A ring of land wrapping the entire planet, made up of old continents, exposed seabed, and mid-ocean ridges that are now mountain ranges. Canada, underwater. Scandinavia, underwater. Most of Russia, underwater. Meanwhile, the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, a mountain range that's been hidden beneath 2 miles of ocean for all of human history, is now dry land. The geography of the planet has been rewritten from scratch. So, a few years have passed. The winds have died to something survivable, the oceans have settled, the earthquakes have faded. The only place with tolerable temperatures is a thin strip along the Terminator, the permanent boundary between the scorching day side and the frozen night side. Everything east of that strip, burning. Everything west, frozen. This narrow corridor is where whatever's left of life would have to exist. And there's one more thing. Earth's magnetic field is generated by the rotation of its liquid iron core. No spin, no dynamo. No dynamo, no magnetic field. Without the magnetosphere, there's nothing deflecting the solar wind. Charged particles from the sun hit the atmosphere directly. Over centuries, they'd strip it away. The same process that turned Mars from a wet world into a dry one. The Earth wouldn't just become hostile. Given enough time, it would become Mars. All of this, the wind, the floods, the new continents, the loss of the magnetic field, the slow death of the atmosphere, all of it traces back to one fact. You are currently moving at 1,000 miles per hour, and you can't feel it. The spin of the Earth isn't just a piece of trivia. It shapes the oceans, drives the weather, holds the atmosphere in place, and keeps the core churning out the magnetic field that makes life possible on the surface. It's the most important thing that's happening right now, and nobody thinks about it. If you enjoyed this, subscribe. We do one of these every week. What ifs, timelines, and side-by-side breakdowns of things worth understanding. See you in the next one.